Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Whining Away with Corey and Ray. We appreciate you stopping by. We hope you stay around for the whole episode. They're very short. Very short. And today we have a wine that Ray brought. Go ahead.
See how short?
See?
So, this is, nothing too complicated. We always try to recommend stuff that's affordable. I mean, it's not to say that we haven't had some expensive wines in the past, but to me, it's like, you could go in the store and grab something for under $15. That's really a great recommendation. So I bought a Right Bank Bordeaux. And Right Banks, for those of you in the know, are mostly Merlot. And this one is very much mostly Merlot. It's 90% Merlot and 10% Cabernet. Most Old World wines are blends of, one sort of grape or another. And the Bordeaux Right Banks are usually Merlot dominated. But we've had this conversation before on here. A lot of people say, I don't like Merlot. But what they're really talking about is California Merlot. This is French, so it's much different. It's much more refined. Let's face it, the French really set the tone for winemaking in Europe, or at least modern day winemaking. And so these are just great inexpensive wines. I mean, this particular one you could get at Wineethology, where I used to work, for like $11.99. Just great Tuesday, Wednesday night bottles. And with a little bit of craftsmanship. I mean, this isn't, the Apothics, the Carnivores, or that kind of crap. This was made by a winemaker. And they make other wines. This is sort of their entry level. And they all have an elephant on it. I'm not quite sure why, but
14% alcohol. And it's, now how do you say that? Chateau Moulin de Bernat?
Chateau Moulin de Bernat.
Uh-huh.
Viticule rice, whatever that means. But it got a 95 from Decanter. And that's a respectable magazine, so that's a high rating for an $11.99 bottle. Don't mind if I do.
Smells nice and earthy. And
it does. It has a little bit of earthiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got good fruit, very smooth. And because it's Old World, it's very food friendly. This would be great with, beef, even pork.
Chili again?
I mean, it wouldn't suck with chili, but not as good as the last one that we
Right.
did.
And if you're not a big French wine drinker, now's the time to dabble in it and try something like this.
Yeah, and the Chateau Bernat is, a bottle that I've handed to people who've claimed that they weren't, I never really had a Bordeaux. Try this one. And, 90% of the time they come back and go, no, I actually really liked it. Like, they don't know what to expect. And this is, just a good example of how little money you can put down for an Old World wine and get something really substantial.
Good to know.
Any inexpensive French wines come to your mind that you used to drink back in the day when she drank?
No.
Really?
Inexpensive
You can't think?
French. I didn't drink tons of French wine. I would try ones from Trader Joe's every now and then, but it was mostly the ones that you brought or gave me that I drank. And I liked them all, but that was your go-to. It was something I just always didn't. Italian was my thing usually. So.
Oh, and I prefer the Italians as well.
So good to know. So is your French wine section large at your current store?
It is, but once again, I just don't feel... I get a little more attention. And, I mean, we're just at the end of the summer, so this is certainly part of the reason, but I get a little more attention with my French whites than my French reds. I have a few SKUs that do pretty well, but the French section don't really have to top it off as much as, like, the Italian or even the Spanish get a little more love. And we've got some decent bottles. It seems like online, our French section for the decently priced stuff gets more attention. Because we might have a vintage of something that has become difficult to find. And so someone will look it up, see that we have it, and order it. But as far as the foot traffic, France, it doesn't seem to get a lot of attention.
That's it. They have good wine. They have good food. People, you should try French wine.
I mean, where I'm at, California Cab is the biggest category. We got a lot of Cabernet drinker in Cranford.
Cranford, Westfield. I could see that. Those people are.
It's a California Cab kind of store. And then, I'm able to bring some people over to other wines, and I certainly have a nice little corral of customers that trust my recommendations and allow me to give them stuff that they normally wouldn't buy on their own. But
that's good. Otherwise, it would be
if
boring.
I'm not there, they go to California Cab.
Well, again, the moral of the show here is try to venture out, try to expand your palate and your mind. You never know. I mean, you spend $10 and you don't like it, you don't buy it again. You spend $10 and it's something you love and you never realized that you liked French Bordeaux. It could open up a whole new world of possibilities.
Well, I mean, and you have to look at it for your investment. I mean, $10 bottle of wine, you're paying $2.50 a glass.
You're not going out anywhere anymore and getting anything for $2.50 a
and
glass.
so,
not even soda.
If we're telling you this is a pretty good wine and you're going to get it for $2.50 a glass, I mean, like you said, even if you don't love it, it was still worth
The
$10.
try.
Yeah. So what the hey?
All right. So if you have questions about French wine or Bordeaux or something new you want to try and you're
Or
not
how
sure,
to manipulate driving in a monsoon.
or how many shades of a Hawaiian shirt you could have in the men's category
In one closet.
and still buy more, just ask Ray or me. And I'll get the message to him. He usually is the one with the knowledge, so I'll get you the answer. But leave us a message, send us a message, give us a call, go visit him at the store. We'll be glad to help. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, here's to good wine.
Here's to good friends.
Here's to
Great life.